Right, hello everyone and Happy New Year. So today I'm going to be demonstrating a really quick and simple card. This is actually a very basic card for me to be demoing. I suppose the only reason why I'm really doing it is just so that I would get into the habit of recording videos for YouTube. So every month on our Crafty Individuals Facebook group we have a theme. This month's theme is black and white. Yeah, and I just thought I'd do a very quick and simple card, making a black and white card. I said there's no actual real technique or anything. It's just, I suppose, mainly the idea. Now, some stamps I think work really well using a black and white technique. It's all, you know, just playing with different things and seeing what works. Not only is our theme black and white this month, but our ATC swap is also black and white. So I will also be doing another demo on how I do my ATC and possibly a excuse me, possibly a card with it as well. Anyway, for now I'm going to be using these stamps. So these are all at 35% off at the moment until stocks last. So when you come to check out on the Crafty Individuals website, just type in the code the big sale and you'll get 35% off of everything. So I'm going to be using CI239, CI221, CI124, and one of my favorites is CI638. So I'm going to be doing a 6x6 card today, and I've cut out a piece of card here that's about 11 centimeters, I think. So roughly, it's not going to be exact. Right, I'm going to be using my stamping platform just because I'm hoping that I've only got to do it, you know, I can stamp it in the center first go. So I'm just going to ink it up with some VersaFine Clear. Should have actually re-inked this because I think this is getting a little dry, this ink pad. I think last time I used it I really struggled. But we'll see how it stamps out this time. So I'm just using my Baron tool. Yeah, I definitely need to re-ink this. I'm rather glad that I've done it on the stamping platform now, because at least I can go in a second time and even a third if I really need to. I usually use the flexi blocks for stamping. That's much better. But I said just because I wanted to get it straight and I'm trying to do a demo, I'm just going to go straight in. So I'm hoping not to have to edit this video. I think sometimes you spend so long, don't you, doing edits, that in the time it takes you to edit a video you could actually record something else. It's actually not that straight, so I might actually have to trim that up a little. I might just emboss this. So, and of course I always use clear embossing powder on top of black ink. It's something I've just always done. I prefer the look of it. I don't particularly like using black embossing powder. I think it can sometimes make it look a bit too, the image look a bit too overpowering. Plus it's a mess. It just gets everywhere, doesn't it, that black ink? Oh, let me pop that lid back on there. I'm just going to heat this up now. Very strange actually recording this without doing a live. I think I'm so used to doing the lives and checking on comments and stuff, but yeah, I think, as I said, going forward I'd like to try and do a few more videos, so I guess I'm going to have to get used to it. I think over the years my my blog and my YouTube account has been very much neglected. I always start the year going, yes, I'm going to make sure that I continue with that, and then I'll do, say for example on my blog, I might do 2 or 3 blog posts, and then yeah, it sort of gets forgotten about. It's easily done, isn't it? I think life just tends to get in the way. Right, so I'm going to trim this down a little bit. As I said, I don't think it's quite straight. Let's see. I'm just trying to line it up a little bit. I don't want to take too much off. That's about right, I think. So I do love this little trimmer. I've got the larger version, but this one is just so handy for doing lives and, you know, and demonstrations and everything. It doesn't get in the way too much of the camera. Yeah, I'm definitely pleased that I purchased this. Let's trim that one. No, have I done that one already? Take a little bit more off, I think. That's a little bit better. Right, pop that in the bin. Right, so now I'm going to go around the edge. I'm going to be using this border here. As I said, these borders are brilliant. If you don't have these in your collection rather, you do need them. They're great stamps. Right, so I'm just going to ink this up. I'm hoping I'm not going to get it on the edge. Whoops. I'm just going to dab some of that off and push it onto the... I think I need to remount the grey foam on this. I've cut the grey foam a bit short, a bit small, so it doesn't stick very well on this one. Right, and I'm just going to go in and stamp all around the edge. Now, don't worry if you end up with a white bit around the edge. I'll show you at the end how I usually fill that in. So I'm just going to overlap that end because there's a very short area there, and actually I suppose it doesn't really matter, does it? No, I'm just going to go for it. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I suppose you could overlap parts just so it looks a bit different, can't you? What you could also do, so it doesn't look quite so samey all the way along, is stamp the stamp so it ends in different parts. I'll show you what I mean on the next bit. I am just going to overlap that bit because I didn't stamp that end bit very well. As I said, I think this ink pad is drying out. Right, so you know how I just said you could stamp it slightly different in a different area. So what I'm going to do is end it so that it ends around the middle section. Just so it's a bit different going round, you know, round the edge, and it's not all the same. You can see I've left quite a large white area there, but I said I will show you in just a moment how to fill that in. Probably should have done this one a little bit different like I did the last edge, but it doesn't matter too much. Right, so there we go, so the border all the way around. Now what I'm going to do, I might actually just clean my mat off a little bit because I don't want to get ink on the card base. So because I've got this white edge, all I'm going to do is grab my ink pad and I'm just going to run it along the edge, and it should hopefully fill in all them little white areas. Now I love using these borders, especially if you're using a nice dark colour around the edge, because I think most of the time you can get away without mounting it onto, you know, a darker colour, which is what I'm going to do with this. Now I don't know whether to emboss them or not. I think I will, just because knowing me, I'll probably end up smudging that ink that I've just added all around the edge. So again, I'm just going to go in with the white embossing powder. Sorry, clear embossing powder, not white. Mixture there. Right, so I'm just now going to heat emboss this. Again, anyone looking at heat tools, I really recommend this one. It's the Ranger Heat It embossing tool. I did used to have one of the, I can't even remember what make it was. I think it was pink. I had that for years and it actually packed up on me. And I thought rather than going out and buying the same one, I'd seen these ones demoed quite a lot. And I love how quiet they are. So yeah, I do recommend these. Right, so that's now the border done. So I'm now going to grab my 6x6 card blank, and I'm actually just going to stamp a few of these little stamp marks on a couple of the corners. So it's really quick and simple. As I said, there's really nothing to this. I think I'm definitely going to go for the London one. Because obviously it is a London scene, and there is a couple of other stamp marks on this one as well, which I'm going to use. A couple of smaller ones. So where's the London one? Said we definitely need that. So I'm going to stamp them in 3s. I'm just going to pop that there just to so that I can see. Ooh, don't tell me these aren't going to stick now. Right, now I'm going to be working in opposite corners just to sort of balance the card out, really. So I'm going to go for about there. And I'm trying to work out where that London mark is. Oh, I think I'll just put a fingerprint there. Hopefully I can cover it up a little bit with one of the stamps. Yep. So this is one of the New York ones. It's not quite inked up. I'm just trying to work out where that inky fingerprint is, just so hopefully I can disguise it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Managed to cover it up slightly. And I'll come down the side here. And which one should I go for next? I might not use that other smaller one actually, it might look a little odd. Let's just go for this one. I'm not quite sure what one it is. It's hard to tell, isn't it, when it's backwards. And let's just go around there. So it doesn't matter too much if they're kind of overlapping. Oh, no. Right, I think I'm going to stamp another one just there. Just for the sake of it, because I've messed up. That wasn't going to be the plan. And of course, because I've done one there, I'll have to do another one about here, just to kind of level it up a bit. Right, I don't know whether to add one more. No, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just going to wipe this off here where I've overstamped the card. I suppose this is the joy when you are a card maker. You know, if you mess up, you can just hopefully cover it up most of the time. Right, all I'm now going to do is stick this on. As I said, it's a very basic card. And I wouldn't usually do a demo on something this simple, but as I said, I just want to try and get into the habit of doing some videos. So I'm just using the Kalau glue here. There you go. So I love using this glue because you do have a bit of wiggle room. Once you've put it in place. So I'm just going to move that glue around a little so it sort of goes to the edges. I'm running out of that. I have got some on order and hopefully it should arrive today. Whoops. Let's actually lay it down for the moment and then I'll pick it up and see if that's about right. Yeah. So I'm now just going to hold it in place for a minute while that glue settles. Just make sure it hasn't moved. Right. So there we go. As I said, it's a very basic card. But I think it's a great card for sort of, you know, for doing in black and white, isn't it? It's certainly with these borders. But yeah, I will be back because I'm going to do a demo, I think, on how I do my black and white ATCs. Although I won't be able to post that up until my swap partner has received that. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Take care, everyone. Bye.